Welcome to our Wellness Hub, where experts in the field of health, wellness, healing, and mindset have been giving us tips for a better and healthier life. My name is Moni C, your host and creative mindset coach, and today we have an amazing guest. Her name is Hailey Coleman. She's a psychic nervous system coach. Hailey, thank you so much for being here with us today. I am so happy to have you. Tell us a bit about yourself, your background, and what are you doing today to help women from around the world? The floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here today. Honestly, it's been a journey, a long healing journey where I've been through a lot of trauma with some very unhealed people. And everything was situational. I'm on podcasts as a guest and I'm just sharing my story with the world. So I went through a horrific time and it really helped strengthen my wants into understanding and learning exactly why my body started reacting the way it did with trauma. And with that, I went back to school and started learning science evidence based situations and schooling to help understand why my nervous system went into shock, why trauma made me feel all these things, have these signs and symptoms. And with that paired with my education and my trauma, I really want to start helping other women. And so, being on podcasts now, I just want to share my story and talk to women like you around the world, where hopefully anyone else that's listening, if they can resemble in any way of what maybe I went through at some point in time, that it will spark a light in them to say, there are people out there who have gone through horrific trauma and have come out the other side and now are healing others. And so that's why I'm here today. And I feel very honored to be a guest on podcast because, it's so important to be able to say, even for another woman, like I heard this story and it kind of sounds like mine and this person did it and healed and survived and I can do it too.
That's a beautiful way. Now, what was the pivotal moment, the very moment in your life that made you choose the path that you're on today?
So I have 3 kiddos, and due to the traumatic situation that I had been going through, my body started having full blown panic attacks out of nowhere. I had been blessed to not really experience anxiety before in my life. And so I knew something was like, that's like an alarm clock, right? It's just like firing off in your body. And I remember sitting with my 3 kids and I wasn't even like showing them that I was having a panic attack. They just picked up on my energy and they started rubbing my back and singing me the song that I sing to them to put them to sleep. And I just had tears running down my face. And I was just like, I need to understand what's happening in my body so that my kids don't. And I wasn't saying anything, I wasn't doing anything. They just felt a shift in my energy and my body just started to shake because of the panic attack. And that's when looked at me and they're little. Um, and they just started hugging me and rubbing my back and singing to me. And it was just a moment where I was like, I need to figure this out. Like, I knew it was a problem because I was already going to like medical doctors to understand like what's wrong. Like, is it something going on with my body? And everything always came back negative. Like all the tests came back negative. And so it was in those moments I was like, I need to holistically understand what trauma does to the body and how we can holistically heal it because medical world, like it wasn't coming up as anything, right?
And what did you start doing?
I started learning how to control my breath. I started figuring out how to, when I'm in a state it was a good comparison. So, skipping, when we do skipping, we're doing a fast skip. And then I wanted to stop and listen to my body and say, okay, if I'm skipping super, super fast for like 30 seconds, how long does it take for my body to calm down?
Skipping means?
Skipping, like skip rope.
Okay.
But if
Okay.
you think about it, if you're skipping it with a skip rope for 30 seconds to 60 seconds so fast, your heart rate goes up, you start sweating, maybe you get a bit dizzy, you have all these symptoms, but it's a positive reaction. In a panic attack, you have very similar symptoms, but it's a negative reaction. but both are the exact same symptoms. So I was like, if I can control how I bring down my body in terms of my breath, my symptoms after skipping, I can learn how to do that when I'm in a panic attack. And it was life changing. Controlling our heart rate, controlling our breath, controlling our mind in a controlled environment, skipping allowed me to, when I would have a panic attack, to control all the same things and bring myself out of that panic attack. And then it just skyrocketed me into learning ancient tools and techniques and understanding our body with breath and movement, and now here I am today able to teach people from around the world how to holistically calm our body, calm our nervous system, and calm our stress response.
And so you call yourself a psychic nervous system coach. What does that mean?
So I've always been a psychic, and that really helped my healing journey too. But I really wanted to utilize that in my sessions with my clients if they wanted. So I don't always use it, but there's a lot of clients who were transitioning in life in terms of maybe they were making some big life decisions and they wanted to utilize my psychic gift to understand, like, if I make this decision, will my path be okay? Right? Like that future clarity and direction. And then on the other hand, I've had clients who have had childhood trauma or things happen in their childhood and past that they didn't have an understanding on or a clarity on, or maybe didn't have all the answers. And so I would use my psychic gift to go back in the past and give them those answers and clarity and direction. And it collapses your healing time. It's so fascinating.
And what fascinates me too is that you told me that you can calm your nervous system without medication. You never took any
Yes.
medication ever.
I took, so before I started learning my body holistically, the doctor did put me on anti anxiety meds. I think I did a round of 6 months. I hated it. I felt so blank. I didn't have the emotions. I was just literally a blank slate. And I just said to them, I was like, I feel numb. I'm taking myself off. So, like with anxiety meds, right? You wean yourself up to the dose that they give you. So, let's say you want to go to 15 milligrams. You start at 5 for a couple weeks and you go up to 10, right? Then you go up to 15. So, that took me about 4 to 5 weeks. And then I was on it for a little bit and then I weaned myself off. So, it was less than 6 months because I never finished my like prescription refill. And I just knew in my body like it wasn't for me. I felt blank.
So you said,
Some
that's it.
people,
You said,
yeah.
I'm not taking them anymore.
And I wasn't against it. I just felt like I was masking something that I needed to heal.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not against medications, but many times they're a band aid solution. They
Yes.
don't really solve the root cause of our, deep traumas and blocks. And this is exactly what you did. So what do you every client is different. What modalities do you use beside breath work? Do you use also meditation? Do you use
Yes.
other
So, throughout my long term healing journey, I've collected so many tools and tips and tricks, like holistic ones, that I've put together in a thing called the Self Healing Hub. It's a resource hub of everything I've experienced that is all natural, holistic ways that one can calm self or heal or utilize to regroup and regain their control over their life. And so I've put all that together, meditations, crystals, different cultures and the way they cleanse their bodies and their environments. Put past life stuff in there. It's just so cool. It's like a whole resource hub of things that I've come across. And so my clients, when they work with me privately, they get access to that and they can actually kind of go through the different tools in there to see which ones work for them, because it's not a one size fits all. We're all so unique. Our nervous systems are unique to us. Our reactions and our stress response are unique to us. And so it's important to not give up on your healing journey, because you might have tried 20 things, but that 21st thing that you try is what fixes it, you know? And so I've just continued to put stuff in this resource hub so that my clients can see what works for them. And also it might work for them for the first couple months and then they might need to switch stuff up too. So it's like a library of stuff for them to just explore and learn for themselves, and it's really cool.
I love it. And the audience is going to have it right under our interview. For sure, for sure. I need to check it out too. Now, what are the signs that someone is living on survival mode, even if they look successful on the outside, but
Mhm.
they're high functioning on the outside, but inside they're on survival mode? Some of the signs.
Like, again, we're all so unique, but a lot of the main symptoms I've seen with my clients are the heart palpitations. So, like fluttering, heart fluttering, anything to do with the heart, digestive issues, like any sort of gut health issues. A lot of my clients struggled with gut health. It could be as simple as like their bathroom routine isn't the same every day because of their stomach issues, or maybe they eat something and they're bloated all the time, or they're not eating enough, or they're eating too much, like their gut is just off. Another big one is your sleep is usually off. Maybe you're not sleeping enough, you're sleeping too much, you're constantly tired and wanting naps, headaches, and tingly in the extremities. That's a big one too. Maybe you feel just zoned out all the time, totally zoned out, or the opposite, and you make your schedule so busy so you don't sit down and relax. So there's like kind of the total opposite ends of the scale, right?
Yeah. And what do you think usually is why so many women feel overwhelmed, disconnected, exhausted? What is the real root cause behind that feeling? Usually.
As women, we are wired to truly want to be that caretaker for others and not put ourselves first. So every one of my clients that's been a woman has neglected themselves, right? They've put everyone else first and have whatever that looks like, whether you have kids or not. Like maybe you put your friends first, maybe you put your family first, or your partner first, or your pets first, whatever. You don't have to have kids to put others first. Maybe you pour into your job too much instead of focusing on you if you're single and you don't have kids. You're taking, my point is, you take your energy away from self. And because of that, when we do that, we neglect our basic needs. Neglect our boundaries, our health, our nutrition, our mental health, our physical health. And all of my clients collectively have said, what is my purpose? Like, I've lost myself. I hear that a lot. I need to find myself again. I don't know who I am anymore.
Yeah. It's a
And
common
so
one.
as a woman, I've just seen that through every one of my female clients where it's like, I just don't know who I am anymore. And the common reason is they are not putting self first.
Yeah. Self-love too. They don't love them. They never learned or they never thought that they were important enough
Yes.
to
And
put
it's
themselves. And that doesn't mean that you're selfish because for many, you love yourself
right,
first. It doesn't mean that you're selfish. It means that
right.
you need to fill up your cup. Otherwise, you cannot fill up anybody else's. Yeah.
But I want to like, I love challenging the word selfish because selfish doesn't have to be negative. And I feel like our society has made it like this negative thing to be selfish, which at times, yeah, people are selfish. They only put themselves first when they really shouldn't. But there is a time in our like every day where we have to be selfish. We have to, it's like that airplane analogy. If you don't put the mask on the airplane, when it's going down, you can't save others.
What did you study? What was your preparation in life?
So in my corporate world, which I have left now, I worked in schools and community to build programs. And my background is mental health and addictions and learning how to retrain our mindset and our pathways, our neurological pathways to rewire ourselves so we do not have those addictions anymore, and making better lifestyle changes. So through cognitive behavioral therapy. And then I took that piece of my corporate job and all my training in there. And then I also took more education and understanding the psychological part behind why we have addictions and how we can move our lifestyle around it. And then I learned through a couple of amazing women. They were Buddhists and they taught me how to do the somatics and the breath work and the Kundalini yoga movements. And so then I took a nationally certified breathwork coach. And then I was also very blessed where I used to live in a different province. And I was able to learn the Native American culture and how to utilize nature and um, different things in nature and our spirit guides and our ancestors, and I took that into it too. So it's kind of a cool marriage of like all these things that I've been educated in through science-backed, evidence-based stuff, but also through cultural courses and lived through experience. And so I've just kind of put it all together, which
That's
is
nice. That's gonna be our next episode. I love that.
yes.
Yes. Well, Haley, that went really, really fast. Thank you so much for sharing your story, your expertise, your experience. I mean, you're truly making a difference in the world, and I know our audience is gonna feel that. I can't wait to have you back again. So until then, thank you again.
Thank you.
Until next time.